A lot of men don't bring anything to the table. It's like, oh, I have money, so that's all I'm going to offer you. But when a girl has money and they have everything that they need in life, what else do you bring to the table other than money that I already have?
80% of women are not marriage material. They're not. They're selfish. They're self-centered. They don't have what I would consider at base core feminine skill, that feminine quality. They don't have that. They don't even trust their own intuition. They don't even have good intuition. Like I'm trying to teach a woman about intuition, like what that is and how to know things. That is deeply a part of the feminine.
She's right there. See, what's happened is that when women have been let out into the workforce, I would say really let out into the jungle, now they see really what things are. The jungle's a bit dangerous. So they lose that essence of softness that allows them to be more spiritual and full of intuition. So if you look at it from an energetic point of view, okay, they become more logical, which is more masculine. And now energetically, they cannot match up with masculine men.
What is her credentials to even say 80% of anybody are not?
I'm sure material. That's not a stat.
Not at all.
That's not a stat that she found anywhere. And does she know 80% of women in the world to create that statement? Anyways, she's a pick-me, and I don't like content like that. I don't like women getting on the internet and saying other women shouldn't do this because this is what men like, or blah blah blah. I don't like content like this. I don't even really enjoy what she's saying because it's her opinion, which just isn't true, because 80% of women not being feminine, it just doesn't even make sense, because where did we craft that definition of being feminine if 80% of women aren't that? Anyways, I digress.
Right.
Yeah. I don't like her.
Yeah, I don't like her either. She probably some random woman who's not married and definitely wants someone to pick her. And that's fine. That's good for her. My issue is with the guy, though, as well, because he said women become logical and now you're masculine. Why is logic a masculine trait? You have to have discernment to know who to and who not to pick for a partner. And that includes logic. So who are you to tell someone that, oh, because you're logical, you're masculine now? Sorry for having a brain, I guess. Like, fuck.
I actually didn't like that he said that as well, because that says that men are logical, women aren't. But I do agree with him saying that women, when they get into the workforce or they're dealing with things that men have to deal with, therefore becoming more masculine, then they blame men for having to be that way, because that is how society is structured. I do believe that is the way that society works these days.
I think that's more of a character flaw than just being masculine. If you don't know how to properly communicate to your partner that things are bothering you, so you just are aggressive all the time because you don't have good communication skills, not because you're a masculine person. You just have to work on that and go to therapy. Most of these people, how about this? 80% of people need to go to therapy. How about that? Like,
I do agree therapy does help, but I mean, communication aside, I feel like once things shifted for women, having men do everything for them, and that was like a different time. That's what society deemed was acceptable in a household, that the men do all of the labor, women just stay at home. And once that like shifted and women actually had to like work and do stuff on their own, and now I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and like, damn, I don't need a man. I'm basically the man. So I have to man up and I have to do this for myself. And honestly, it actually transitions to being like hyper masculine and women not needing men, therefore blaming them for why women are the way they are.
I think I would have to disagree, only because I feel like it's more of men don't really bring much to, a lot of men don't bring anything to the table. It's like, oh, I have money, so that's all I'm going to offer you. But when a girl has money and they have everything that they need in life, what else do you bring to the table other than money that I already have?
See, I know better not to step in that trap. I'm not.
No. And I'm going to say, it's just like, you have to bring something to the table to someone who already has basically everything. Like, if you don't have nothing to bring, I'm not masculine, you're just useless. Like, why are you in my life right now if I'm not if you're not going to do something that actually brings value to my life? I have an apartment, I have a car, I have money. You're looking for someone to save, and I don't need saving.
But that's great for you, but that's you insinuating that money is all a man has to bring to the table.
Look, in my experience in the city, everybody's trying to throw money at a girl to get them to come home with them, get them to be in a relationship with them. It's just like, okay, but I already have that, so what else is there? Money and dick. Now what? What else is there to bring? Do you have a brain? Like, tell me what you're thinking of all the time. Tell me how your family life is. Can you communicate? Most of these men can't do that. So it's just like, other than money and dick, what do you offer? Nothing. Most of the time. I've met some pretty great people. Don't get me wrong. However, you go outside, everybody's talking about red pill content. Everybody's just trying to fuck for the night. Everybody's just trying to throw money at somebody. And then if you do meet somebody who is good at communication, does bring something, then they're not loyal. And it's just like, why would I settle for someone who's not going to be loyal? I could just go back to my apartment, my house, with my car and my dog or whatever. And then the stigma of, oh, if you're single as a woman, you're miserable. Why is that like a thing? I'm happy, right? People are happy being single. It's perfectly fine being single. We're not in an era where we need a man to do certain things anymore. I don't need you to open a bank account. I don't need you to buy a house. I don't need you to do anything for me. I need you to bring value into my life. And if you can't do that, then you need to get to stepping.
I'm trying to formulate a question for you.
We've always worked. Working does not make you masculine. Making money does not make you masculine. Lack of communication and anger issues can give you masculine traits. But if you know how to communicate, if you're a grown person, if you know how to express your feelings, now it's up to your partner to reciprocate those feelings and obviously communicate to you. And if you can't do that, then there's issues and then you need to move on to the next person. People need to learn to detach themselves instead of trying to hold on to things that aren't going to last. So this whole, oh, you're masculine because you're working, BS. Just communicate. Simple.
Well, let's hear from Rome.
Oh my God.
I mean, you could have jumped in any time.
No, I was letting women talk.
I hate this man.
So you both said pick me, and I found that kind of interesting. Mm-hmm. Was there anything in her messaging that you could actually agree on, or that because instead of instantly going against her message, you didn't find anything of any value within it? And that's an honest question. I'm not being funny.
Well, she said her whole message was 80% of women aren't feminine. What is there to agree with?
There was only one message. It's not like she talked for like a whole bunch of time and there was like different messages in there that I could have agreed with versus not. Like whatever she said, the statement that she said, I didn't agree with.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so when that occurs, the phrase pick me is she's looking to agree with men to be chosen?
Pretty much. She wants someone to choose her and to make her whatever she wants to be. But in the end, she's going to be miserable because
it's also in the tone of delivering this stat. It's not coming off educated as well. It's very opinionated. It's very much, I'm on your side. Like, I agree. Girls are dumb and girls aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Right.
And that's what you got out of that. Okay. And you didn't see like it could just be an alternative perspective.
If that's what you feel, say that's what you feel. Don't ask us if that's not what we feel.
But I'm on the panel. I'm not asking if you. I'm literally saying what I'm asking. Come up, Alan. I know what you're doing. What I'm saying is I'm asking you a very direct question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I want you to answer that without asking me something.
I feel like you're asking us instead of being direct. But go ahead.
So
Let me say, go ahead.
You just reiterated what I said. I'm asking you a very direct question. There was nothing in her messaging.
No, but what we want to hear is what you think of it.
This lady talking on the internet.
That's not. What do you think of what she said?
What do you think of the message? What is your opinion? Do you agree or do you not agree with what she said?
I don't really care what she said. If you okay, so how about this? You ask me a question, and when I don't say what you want, you say, "Well, that's not." I'm giving you my answer.
You're not saying what we want. You're not answering at all.
Yeah, the issue is we gave our opinions on what she said. You're not doing that. You're asking us questions. This is not a room interviewing Amanda and Amber.
No, but I'm also I love to finish, and I can answer you. Can I have that? Can I answer?
Let's give him a try. Let's give him a try.
I can answer your question. All right. So, in my opinion, this is my answer. Ready for this? Don't interrupt. So, it's a lady or a woman on the internet giving her opinion, and it could be based off of what she went through. right? I don't have to give a fuck what she says. I know it's content. I don't care. I don't believe that she knows 80% of women, so I agree with you with that.
Okay.
But other than that, I don't take nothing from it because we're in the age of create content and put out a message, and then we get to come up here and talk about it. I don't care.
How about we interview him? What do you think about women being masculine in general? Do you think you have an issue with women being masculine at all? Is this an issue in your life?
With women being masculine, give me an example of women being masculine. How about that?
Just in life, when you go outside and you meet women, are they just overly aggressive and just doing too much? Or are they just feminine and soft and, everybody's just pleasant to be around?
All right. So that would indicate that masculinity isn't pleasant to be around, first of all. Secondly,
I could argue.
I agree. I agree that that's how you made it seem.
I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
Okay. That's the first one. And secondly, all that shit is for niggas that ain't him or insecure. Like, when you meet a woman, and I've never had a conversation with a woman where I'm like, you're too masculine right now. If you think about it, because like I'm a man, like you're gonna say what you're gonna say, and I'm gonna see through the bullshit or I'm not. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna be afraid to speak to you. I'm not gonna be afraid of your money. I'm not gonna be afraid to continue a conversation because you come off a certain way. Because you come off a certain way because of your past experience, and I have nothing to do with your past experience. I'm not up against your past experience. This is experience that I'm in right now. So either you messing with me or you could deal with that. But if you come into the room with all that extra shit, then all right, I'll just allow you to do that extra shit. And now when you come down, we come back to reality, I'm going to talk to you appropriately. And that's just me. That's just how I would handle it. So all that aggressive or whatever, that don't mean nothing. That's all a front. To real men that are moving around, that's all a front. We let you get to your front and we move forward. Did I answer your question?
You did.
You up?
Oh, that is actually what she said. I'm so stuck on the feminine part. She said 80% of women are wife material. Yeah. I forgot about that.
As if men are husband material.
He kind of, I did see him like a comment saying that
Better Love Movement, is that her page?
I did, and I was like, that's funny.
They finna drag me in these comments.
Anyway, go ahead.
They finna drag me.
You shouldn't, but all you have to do is say your age. Say I'm 25.
I don't give a fuck. I could be 12. I don't care.
Don't be 12. We don't do that.
20. I could be 55. I don't care. Y'all could drag me all y'all want to.
No, we're not talking about dragging you. I'm just saying your views.
Look, I found her.
Thank you. Okay. Do you see her
Is she married? Is she happily married? Let's talk to her husband. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, but do you understand that coming out with that stat, I don't even care if it's a clip, but when they start the clip like that, you should automatically hear the tell right there.
Yeah.
That 80%, like you're starting with a stat that you've made up.
No ring.
No ring? Okay, so how you
talking like this?
I'm seeing on dating and you're not even married. How are you coaching people on marriage and you're not married? Is she divorced?
That wouldn't be in her bio, so
they're not what? They don't have to be sick. They're trained. They went to school for this. What training do you go to for a relationship? Relationships are subjective.
Life. Not
everything works for everybody. So it's just like, who are you?
Cassandra, follow her.
Oh, this is exactly.
We need to get her off of that.
You're not even married. At least be married. Shit. Like, at least have some experience in marriage to try to tell people that, oh, this is what's going to work in marriage. At least you have some experience. This girl's not even married. You're telling people, oh, this is what's going to work. You're trying to sell people snake oil. You don't know what you're talking about. Like, what?
Well, she's not married. She's not trying to give married people advice.
She said 80% of women are not marriage material. How would you know that if you're not married?
Well, she's also a dating coach, and we can't assume that she wants to be married.
But what kind of school? Why are you giving advice on something that you don't want to do? It makes no sense.
You're right.
Like,
but also, again, we said it last episode, we are in the grifting era, the grifting age, and you're going to see these things where people tell you what not to do and who not to date and where not to go and what's not good for you. And I'm going to tell you once again, do what works for you.
Exactly.
And whoever likes you is going to go with you. Whoever don't, ain't.
Exactly.
It's super simple.
Affiliate program.
Eight at the table affiliate program.
Also,
go ahead, man.
Taking dating advice from someone on the internet is a choice. So if you're doing that, I don't know what to tell you, babe. Like, just live life. You're going to get the experience regardless. If you really are that pressed to get married, there's a whole nother conversation to have. So
I got a question. If you saw that she was with a very attractive man, and she had all the bells and whistles on her page, would that change your view? Would that present that she actually was successful in finding what she was looking for?
No, because again, you don't know what's going on in someone's marriage. So they could be absolutely miserable. And to take advice from someone who you don't know what's going on in their marriage, like I said at least be married. So at least she has some experience, but she's not. Even if she was married, you can't tell people what's going to work for them because everybody's different. Relationships are subjective. So having this fake stat and then selling a course when you're not even married is insane. To me, at least. And then to the people who are listening to her, you need to seek therapy because it's just like, why are you taking relationship advice from someone, one, you don't know, two, did you do the research to even see that she's not married, and three, it's a random woman on the internet. What are we doing? Go outside, touch some grass. You will get the experience, I promise.
So if she was married, she'd be more credible in your eyes.
More credible, but 5%. You're still not speaking for everybody. Marriage looks different in a lot of different places.
Which is why I feel like I have to disagree with you just a little bit, because though we may want this dating coach to be married, if marriages and relationships are subjective, then what does her marriage have to do with her giving advice to anybody else that's married?
Because at least she has a little bit of experience with what she's teaching.
But
she's
marriage,
teaching dating.
I mean, well, yeah, marriage is but
she said
sometimes to people just a piece of paper. If you've dealt with enough relationships in your life, you can still give the same advice.
She's saying 80% of women aren't marriage material. So now we're talking about getting married, and she's not that. So she's saying, 80% of women aren't fit for dating. Okay, that's one thing. She's saying marriage material. You're not married.
I would have that same question for her, but I'm gonna ask Rome. So we didn't agree with her statement of 80% of women being not feminine and not feminine and not marriage material. What percentage of women do you feel like are not marriage material?
That's an odd question. I'd have to date all women, right?
Pretty much.
I honestly don't understand that stat myself, because how can you say 80% of women in the world? Like, is that what we're talking about?
Because countries.
For true. How can Rome answer? How can Rome answer that?
Y'all tried it, but
no. I was given that question, and you know that. You knew the question before I even asked it.
I mean, on my experience, it was based off of me though. Like if I wasn't looking to date, no, but I understand what you're saying, but like if I wasn't even in the right headspace, how could I tell a woman that she's not marriage material?
Exactly.
Right. And if I'm just dating to have sex, then I'm not even worried about marriage. So just because I was engaged doesn't mean I saw them as marriage material. I got engaged for the wrong reasons because I thought that was the life cycle of dating for so long. And she expected to be married. So like I was kind of like, all right, I'm going to get you the ring. And I had no plan after that. I'm saying at a certain age, though, because we're leaving out, like, let's put them in a group. Say women 35 and over, 32 and over, whatever, right? They're dating differently than the 20-year-olds, the 20 to 30-year-olds.
And that's what I'm thinking right now. But that came...
She was in her 20s.
I was in my 20s, but that also came with dating them for a while. So, that was actually like my first boyfriend ever. I had no prior dating experience. So it was like getting some time into that relationship. I know, like, yeah, this man boy is not going to, he's not going to be my husband. I know I'm not going to spend the rest of my life with this guy. Mm-hmm. So that happened that way. But if you feel like you aren't marriage material yourself or just aren't ready to take that step, at this age, in your, Rome said 35 and above. You said, well, like he said, you date differently.
I would say even 32.
Okay, well, in your 30s, I just don't know what sense it makes. I think that it's like a time waster, unless you guys are both in agreement that marriage, like you guys don't believe in marriage, so you guys don't want to do it. But why date someone that you feel like could be your person if you don't think that you're ready for marriage.
Because people have attachment issues and people don't like to see.
That was the wrong statement.
Okay.
If you don't think that person is marriage material and you know that you are and you want to get married, why date that person?
How do you know you're marriage material?
I would just
Somebody
say,
can't know them for themselves if they're marriage material? Or does that have to be deemed by another person?
No, it has to be deemed by yourself. So you're assuming you're marriage material. Who have you spoken to as a wife and know the wifely duties, know what it takes to be a wife?
We don't have to speak to anybody as a wife.
right. Some people have married parents though too.
But I'm asking, I guess my question is, when you want to be a wife, you're just going to find a man and he's going to accept you and you're just going to magically know what to do? That's like, how are you going to learn about these things?
Marriage is subjective and everything works different for everyone. So you just go based off of what that person wants.
Wait, you're going based off of what the man wants?
What each other wants. Because one relationship that you may have might not look the same as the next one. So you go based off of what you guys want. What's going on in the relationship.
Yeah, but I'm asking about you. What separates you from going from fiance to wife, like within yourself? Outside of him telling you what he wants, what are you changing about yourself to make you a wife?
Some people don't need to change. Some people are fine.
Oh, man. I know. I'm asking you a direct question.
Tell me then.
What do you need? What do you think has to happen within you for yourself? Take him out of it. What changes are going to occur in you to say, you know what? I feel like I'm wife material and I'm ready to be a wife right now.
That's hard for me to answer personally, but I feel like it's sacrifice. You have to be okay with doing certain things and being uncomfortable in certain situations to then get married to someone that you feel like you want to marry. Before then, you're just like, I'm going to do what I want to do whenever I want to do it. But now you're trying to get married, so it's like, okay, I can't do certain things now because I want to be with this person for the rest of my life. Don't want them to be uncomfortable. Want them to see me as their wife. So I'm going to.
So you understand that, Miss 6 a.m.
I do understand that.